it.
Oh,
It
no.
is tipped and caught for a touchdown. Catch by Chris Carter. Oh, man. Looks, fires, middle of the end zone. His man's there. Touchdown, Tim Brown. What a grab.
Hi, I'm Steve Sable. Every year at NFL Films, we choose an all-pro team. And every year, the decision-making gets harder. You see, we don't just choose guys with the best stats. That would be too easy. And we don't show all the players that make the Pro Bowl because that would be too long. Now, of course, Barry Sanders and Steve Young, they made the team. You can't ignore their sensational seasons. But for some of our other choices, well, we tried to look behind the numbers. And you'll see who made our 1994 All-Pro team right after these messages.
With all its power, with all that it is capable of, with all its refinements and its reputation, imagine the places it can take you. The Toyota 4Runner, where civilization is headed.
AT&T, this is Margaret.
Margie, tell me about AT&T True USA Savings.
Certainly.
What's the monthly fee?
No fee.
No fee?
No fee! Make $25 in calls a month, and we'll subtract 20% off your AT&T bill.
Wow!
I'm sick of the circles.
You got cycles?
No calling circles. You could save to anybody in the U.S. you want to call.
No cycles. Call anybody.
Anybody?
Anybody.
Anybody!
AT&T True USA Savings. Save 20% to anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Your true voice.
It's almost 4.
Oh, we'll make it.
At Glidden, we know how hard it can be to find time to paint.
We promise.
That's why spread satin is formulated to cover the first time, so you can finish in less time. Glidden, a better way to paint.
The men who man the secondary long ago emerged from the shadows to rank at the forefront of athletic celebrity. The players who comprise the 1994 NFL Films All-Pro defensive backfield are certainly no exception. They not only enjoyed the limelight, they basked in each and every opportunity to shine.
Everett to throw. Goes to the left sideline. Picked off. Sanders up the right side. He's to the 50. He's to the 40. Into the middle of the field. He's high-stepping. He walked the walk and scored the touchdown. 49ers put it away. 32 seconds to play.
Elway out of the shotgun. Rifles it over to the near side. Batted away and taken away by Terry McDaniel. At the 10 to the 5. Touchdown McDaniel. What a play to poke it away from Prince.
Schrader straight back under pressure, throws a little looper, and Eric Turner intercepts. 15, 20. Cuts back, 25, 30, 40. It's gone. 40, 45, 30, 35, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cleveland Browns. A 90-yard interception return for Eric Turner. And yes, they're going to get their shutout.
All pros like Cleveland's Eric Turner made the Browns' dog defense the stingiest in the league. While the addition of Deion Sanders is one reason why the 49ers are considered to be the best team in the NFL. Deion's defining moment came in an October return to the Georgia Dome for a reunion with his former Falcon teammates, particularly number 80, close friend Andre Rison. Predictably, the game's main attraction simply stole the show.
And he throws, intercepted. Is he inbounds? Deion down the right side. Yes, he's to the 50. They can't stop him. He can high step this one half the another dance. Touchdown 49ers. An incredible interception touchdown.
The prodigal son had returned in signature style and would go on to be honored as the NFL's 1994 Defensive Player of the Year. For 7 seasons, the Raiders' Terry McDaniel has been considered one of the best cover cornerbacks in the league. 1994 was no exception. The rangy Raider came up with 7 picks, 2 of them for touchdowns.
Bledsoe on first down to throw, near side, intercepted, touchdown for the LA Raiders. Reading it like an open book was Terry McDaniel.
While McDaniel enjoyed his 3rd All-Pro campaign, Dallas's Darren Woodson earned his first, finally gaining the recognition he deserves. A large safety with soft hands and surprising speed, Woodson is an excellent open field tackler. His performance against the Eagles in Week 14 decided that game.
How big is this play, Brad?
This is enormous. Hold your breath. And he's back to throw. Pump. Throws it right. Intercepted at the 5-yard line. It's Woodson to the 20. Up the left sideline to the 30. Woodson might score. Woodson's going 95 yards. Touchdown, Cowboys.
This stadium is in shock.
Joining Woodson at safety is another talented youngster, a dog-pound favorite and heavy hitter who really knows how to pack a punch. Number 29, the Browns' Eric Turner.
Donald from the shotgun, throws, timing pattern. Oh my, what a lick by Eric Turner, and now the crowd is really rocking.
Playing with newfound confidence in his 4th year, Turner led the league in interceptions with 9, 3 more than he made his previous 3 seasons combined. His tremendous performance against the Cowboys went a long way in the Browns' important upset of Dallas in Texas Stadium. Eric Turner, 1/4 of NFL Films' All-Pro secondary.
What worries you when time comes to buy a new or used car or truck? Where to look? Chuck Callahan Ford takes the worry out with low prices.
The intense world of the defensive lineman is not immediately apparent when viewed from outside the confines of the pit. But seen close up, those who best combine brute force with balletic grace amidst all the howl and fury define the position and are called all pros. Such a player is number 94, defensive end Charles Haley of the Dallas Cowboys, who opened the season with 4 sacks against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers had no solution. Blocking Haley with 2 men was no more effective than with 1. And when the Steelers tried to trick him, Haley made Pittsburgh's whole offense disappear.
Well, it's my goal to try to get 5 rings before I let this thing go. You know, I want to have a great year. So at the end of the year, I won't have any regrets.
The only regrets were those suffered by offensive linemen who had to block him. Charles Haley finished the season with 12.5 sacks and so many other big plays that he was named to the All-Pro team.
Richardson stays in at his own 35. Pressure coming. It's a screen. And Brown dropped the ball, and Haley got it. Haley got an interception on a bobbled screen pass by Gary Brown.
Haley just peeled back, and the ball's in the air. Look what I found.
Oh, my.
At one defensive tackle is John Randall of the Minnesota Vikings, who missed being the league's leading sacker by just a half a sack. When a quarterback disappeared suddenly and with no apparent reason, chances are number 93 was doing the dirty work at the bottom of the pile. In 1994, Randall became the first interior defensive lineman to record 3 consecutive seasons of 11 sacks or more.
John is just an explosive player. We call him John Motor Randall because he's going all the time, and he can really change the course of a ball game because of his ability to get inside. He requires a lot of double-team blocking. When he gets single block, he can only beat most centers. And the big thing he also does is chases all the time. He's really a good backside player who can run a play down.
Quarterbacks found that there was no escape. Run to the right, Randall was there. Run to the left, Randall was there too. Early in his career, the tag underrated was usually attached to his name. But now there's a new label that sticks. It reads John Randall, All-Pro.
Gerbach back to throw here. Up big bubbles, a football is loose, being dug for, scooped up, and recovered by the Vikings at the 29-yard line. The fumble caused by John Randall.
That was a Kodak moment.
Dana Stubblefield is pretty as a picture to the San Francisco coaching staff. A defensive tackle who is as adept at stopping the run as he is at pillaging the pocket. At 6'2" and over 300 pounds, Stubblefield controls offensive linemen with ease. What could be more difficult to repress is the desire to star in San Francisco. But Stubblefield has the perfect attitude to stand out on defense while playing for a team that's loaded on offense.
All-pro line, all-pro quarterback, all-pro receivers. So, I mean, yes, they got to be the focus of the team. The defensive line has to win these games for the 49ers. We got to keep the offense on the field for us to win the games. And that's what we put on our shoulders, and that's what I'm going to put on mine.
Stubblefield's 10 sacks in 1993 were the most by a 49ers rookie since Charles Haley in 1986, and he continued that pace this year. Last season, Dana Stubblefield was the NFL Rookie of the Year. Just 1 year later, he's a member of the All-Pro team.
I stepped up and made those big plays and proved to the older guys that I can play just as well as they can, or harder.
Bruce Smith is an older guy, but his 10th season as a defensive end for the Buffalo Bills may have been his finest. There's no one way to block Smith. Offensive linemen may not be able to stop his inside move, but they make up for it with their inability to handle his outside rush.
I don't like myself to be known for just one specific move because I have a collage of a lot of moves, and I use them quite frequently, and I don't use one more than the other. A lot of people have studied my spin move, but that's a counter move off of all of my other moves, and that only works when I set a player up. But no particular set move, one and one, but I like to think of myself as having a collage. I think I'm a well-rounded player, pass rushing and stopping the run, and that's my strength. So I'm pretty much in the game 100% of the time.
On the 2nd and 10 play, Richardson takes the snap. The blitz is on. He's back to throw, and Bruce has him. Bruce Smith sacks him. Drops back, looks, and is sacked. He is hit from behind by guess who? Bruce Smith. And is slammed down again by Bruce Smith. 4th sack of the afternoon.
The ability to dominate an opponent is what makes a player stand out. So though fans may be far removed from that mysterious place known as the pit, they can still recognize those players whose performances shine through. This past season, the outstanding performances of Bruce Smith, Dana Stubblefield, John Randall, and Charles Haley earned them places on the 1994 All-Pro team.
This Eagle Vision features traction control.
People, fugitives, terrorists, and psychopaths.
Now choose your position, Winston.
Why do I do it? For the dental plan.
The Marshal, tomorrow at 10, 9 Central on ABC.
In the NFL, the line of scrimmage is a tough place to make a living. Yet the members of the 1994 All-Pro offensive line have risen above the rest to prove they are the best. The center is Dermontti Dawson, number 63 of the Pittsburgh Steelers, a 3-time Pro Bowl performer. Dawson's quickness and agility enabled him to pull and lead Steelers runners around the corner, and the result helped to make the Steelers the NFL's top-ranked rushing attack. As a pass blocker, Dawson excelled one-on-one or helping out the guard, and the results were sometimes spectacular. Dawson was the center of attraction in Pittsburgh. In Dallas, number 61, Nate Newton, was an all-pro guard who generated much of the explosive power of the Cowboys' offense. Whether it was clearing a sight line for a Troy Aikman touchdown pass, or leading Emmitt Smith on one of his league-leading 22 touchdowns, Newton's impact was sudden and sure. While Nate Newton was the anchor of the NFC's top-ranked rushing team, guard Randall McDaniel was the mainstay of a Vikings offensive line that protected quarterback Warren Moon so well that the Vikings led the NFC in passing. McDaniel's effort in 1994 earned him all-pro respect and admiration.
Well, he's just such a gifted athlete who can run. His whole capability is ability to run, catch up to a guy, and make the really athletic blocks. He can get to a linebacker and get him down. He also has a very strong pop on contact.
McDaniel was fueled by an all-pro temperament.
I'm taking him out every time. He's going down. As soon as I hit him and turn him, he's going down. You hear me asking if he's having fun out there?
Playing against Randall McDaniel made for a long day.
You having fun out here? Yeah, I'm having fun. Good, I'm gonna keep whipping your ass.
He's not as big as most offensive linemen today. He's only about 275 or 80 pounds, but tremendously strong and tremendously athletic. We put him in the backfield in short yardage situations. He's tremendous off the ball as far as his explosion. He really gets a lot of push at the point of attack, and just a great overall guard.
With 6 consecutive starts in the Pro Bowl, Randall McDaniel has become one of the NFL's elite offensive linemen. The same is true in Miami, where Dolphins offensive tackle Richmond Webb, number 78, clearly understood his role in the explosive Miami offensive attack.
Whether it's a run or pass, it's our job to go out and execute it. If it's a run, try to provide a hole where the running back can get through and make yardage.
And Richmond Webb just wiped out the left side of the defense.
If it's a pass, give Dan enough time, throw the ball down the field, and find one of the open receivers.
Webb excelled at keeping defenders off Miami's peerless quarterback Dan Marino, as the Dolphins gave up only 17 sacks, second best in the NFL. But in 1994, Webb was a complete blocker, leading the way for a suddenly successful running game.
Parmalee off left tackle. He's in. Touchdown, Dolphins. Yeah.
Right over your all-pro, your left tackle, Richmond Webb, who did a fabulous
While Dan Marino was thankful for the enormous talents of all-pro tackle Richmond Webb, in New Orleans, quarterback Jim Everett enjoyed the similar skills of Willie Rofe, number 77, an offensive tackle who earned all-pro honors in only his second NFL season. At 6'5", 300 pounds, Rofe was a formidable obstacle on passing downs and an overwhelming drive blocker on running plays. Rofe played with brains as well as brawn, here pushing his man inside so that he could be free to defuse an outside stunt. Number 77 emerged in 1994 as a force that could neutralize not only one blocker, but, if needed, 2. And the New Orleans offense capitalized on the enormous talents of this budding superstar. 1994 was a season that saw Dermontti Dawson, Nate Newton, Randall McDaniel, Richmond Webb, and Willie Roaf step out of the anonymous world of the offensive line to become NFL Films All-Pros. Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. One, a dazzling runner, but a stoic personality. The other, a no-frills runner, but a dynamic leader. Opposite faces of the same coin, and our choices for all-pro running backs. Barry Sanders is both fire and ice on the football field. The most explosive running back in the NFL is also its quietest. Because Sanders has always been content to let his running do the talking for him.
Barry breaks a tackle to the outside, 35, he's to the 40. 45, 50, carried to the 40. He's on a streak, they'll never get him. 20, 15, 10. Oh, they do it from behind at the 4-yard line.
Sanders is known for his breakaway runs, which helped him amass 1,883 yards rushing, the 4th highest total in history.
Deep handoff to Sanders, off the left on the sweep to the 5 to the 10. He's off to the races. 20, it's a sprint, 30, 40, buried to midfield. He's chased Wolford on the angle.
If it's the moves that make the man, then Sanders has no peer. His ability to evade or shed would-be tacklers can reduce a defense to grasping and gasping. Pure aesthetic beauty. Few runners were ever in Sanders' league, and one of them believes Barry's gifts to be unique.
You don't teach that. You don't go out on the practice field and practice those moves. You know, you feel those moves within yourself. You know, you feel people around you. You make a move. It can't be taught. It's a God-given instinct.
Sanders not only catches defenses off guard with his running, but is also effective catching passes out of the backfield.
Back right, he's got Barry out in front, and Barry Sanders catches, touchdown Lions.
The pinnacle of Sanders' season came in Week 16 against Minnesota. In an earlier matchup in Week 2, the Vikings limited Sanders to 16 yards on 12 carries. But in a crucial game to keep Detroit's playoff hopes alive, Sanders dominated the NFL's #1 rushing defense, gaining 110 yards on the ground, en route to 2 touchdowns and a Lion victory.
35, 40, breaks it open, look out. He's going to the 50, near side 40, it's a sprint, 30, 20, 50, 10, 5, touchdown. Barry Sanders, 65 yards and a touchdown.
While Sanders is the cool engine which drives the Lions, Emmitt Smith is the fiery spark plug which ignites the Cowboys. Smith scored 22 touchdowns in 1994 and rushed for over 1,400 yards for the 4th straight season. But numbers are not the bottom line of Smith's value to Dallas. He plays with a fierce dedication and is the heart and soul of his team.
The draw to Smith, breaks a tackle, 15, coming up at the 10, rolling in with a Novacek block, touchdown.
Smith is the ultimate big game player. He saves his best for the best. In 7 games against teams ranked in the top 3rd defensively in the NFL, Smith rushed for 767 yards, averaging over 4 yards per carry, including 31 carries for 171 yards against Pittsburgh, the AFC's #1 rated defense. Whereas Sanders punishes defenses by making them miss, Smith welcomes the hit and keeps right on going. In 1994, Smith was a terror inside the opposition's 20-yard line, and his 22 touchdowns were the third highest total in NFL history.
To Smith at the 10, got a block from Newton, into the end zone, touchdown Smith. Smith coming left off guard, broke a tackle, touchdown Emmitt Smith.
In the center of America's team stands Emmitt Smith, the heart of a champion.
It's almost 4.
We'll make it.
At Glidden, we know how hard it can be to find time to paint.
We promise.
That's why spread satin is formulated to cover the first time, so you can finish in less time. Glidden, a better way to paint.
It is an experience above all else. It is Avalon, Toyota technology taken to a new level of excellence. A world of superior comfort, room, and refined driving performance. Avalon, the new flagship from Toyota, built exclusively in America. Experience the...
Hi, I'm John Carney of the San Diego Chargers. I'm the place kicker for our football team, and you might wonder, how's a guy as small as I am playing in the National Football League? Well, it's not the size of the kicker, but the speed of his leg and the consistency of his leg and how many field goals he can make.
The prolific Carney will almost certainly hold every Charger place kicking record before he is through. This season, he made 34 of 38 field goals and led the NFL in scoring with 135 points. The All-Pro also kicked game winners against the Steelers and the Los Angeles Raiders.
The snap, it's down. On the way, Carney boots it up. It is good!
While Carney is a model of consistency, so is our All-Pro punter, Rick Tootin of the Seattle Seahawks. For the fourth consecutive season, Rootin' Bootin' Tootin' set a new club punting record. But more importantly, 33 of his boots were inside the opponent's 20-yard line. The All-Pro is the unquestioned master of a lost art in pro football, the pooch punt, a delicate kick that places opposing defenses in a big hole. But the All-Pro specialist who placed defenses in caverns they could never climb out of was the Detroit Lions' Mel Gray, number 23. This season, Gray set NFL records for most kickoff returns and yards gained in a career. More importantly, his 3 touchdowns in 1994 gave him a total of 6, which tied a league record.
To the 30, to the 35, to the 40. He's off to the races, only Ramirez. 40, 35, 30, Bell to the 25, to the 20. Bell weaves, touchdown, Belgrade. 98 yards.
National Football League. That's his third kickoff return for a touchdown this year.
Of Gray's 3 touchdowns, the longest was a 102-yard blaze of speed through the Chicago Bears.
And he bangs it to Mel Gray. Waiting. A yard deep. He'll come out to the 10, middle of the field, 15, 20. He's got a seam. 30, 35. Mel off to the races, far side. He's 50, 45, 40. He's gone. Touchdown, Lions. Mel Gray, 101 yards. 101-yard kickoff return by Mel Gray.
Like all great return men, Gray's initial route is a straight line, always the shortest distance between 6 points.
This time Mel Gray will handle it. 10, 15, far side 20, middle of the field 25, 30. Burst to the open, look out. 40, Mel 50, one man to beat the kicker. He's off. Mel Gray will take it the distance. It is a touchdown. Mel Gray goes 90 yards. Touchdown, Lions, Mel Gray.
The grandest view of Mel Gray is the back of his jersey saying goodbye to his pursuers.
Prize they want the most, they better kiss up to me, because I'm the guy giving out the awards.
The ESPN Awards, live February 13th at 9 p.m., featuring George Foreman, Lyle Lovett, and Dennis Leary. Presented by General Motors and MasterCard.
Cool. The ESPN Awards, poetry in motion.
The San Francisco 49ers are an organization dedicated to one goal, winning the Super Bowl. Leading their charge is a silky southpaw who this year added a second league MVP trophy to his mantle. Steve Young throws a football the way Ted Williams swung a bat, with smooth beauty and deceptive power. More importantly, his spinning spirals usually find their mark. In the '94 season, Young was the most accurate passer in NFL history, completing over 70% of his passes. He's the director of the league's most potent offense and loving every minute of it.
I think what is really great about it is watching great players on a defense feel like they're getting steamrolled, like they're not even feeling, they don't know what to do next. I mean, we're coming from all different directions, and I think that's what's fun about our offense is it comes from so many different directions that they don't know exactly who to watch for next.
In leading the 49ers to the best record in football, Young has many weapons at his disposal, but defenders know the most dangerous one is Young himself.
The fastest white boy I've ever seen in my life. I remember when I first met him, I used to tell him that because, I mean, he will run you to death. And, you know, he's a competitor. He's a winner. You know, you hate playing against him because you know that his movement will kill you.
Sometimes that movement nearly gets him killed. But having not missed a start for the third straight season, Young again proved he's as tough as they come.
I always would rather have someone beat me up than boo you because you haven't played well or whatever else, the fan reaction if you don't win or something. That's much tougher on me. The fear of failure is, I think, a lot worse than the fear of someone hurting you physically.
Young faced that fear of failure head-on this season when he was benched in an early loss to the Philadelphia Eagles.
If Steve Young's hurt and taking a beating, he should take himself out. But Steve Young has done too much for this organization to be pulled on 3rd and 10 like that.
But true to form, Young bounced back and finished the season with a team record 35 touchdown passes, a 4th straight passing title, and the highest efficiency rating in league history. From the wreckage of a rout, a new and more mature Steve Young had emerged, one more inclined to wait patiently in the pocket than take off on a madcap run.
In the pocket, I'm not leaving it as early as maybe other times. And I think there's a real plus to getting it out to a 5th receiver and showing that the offense works, even going to that last guy.
Never was this newfound maturity more evident than in a mid-season victory over Dallas. Young took the cowpoke's best shot, then delivered one of his own.
The throw is Young, and he sends it way down the left sideline for Rice. There's one-on-one coverage. Jerry makes the catch, breaks the tackle. He gets by, round into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Young's rapport with Jerry Rice is fast taking on the look of an all-time tandem. Already, Young has now thrown more touchdowns to Rice than Joe Montana. With precision and practice, they've made a complex game of X's and O's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and a catch. 1, 2, 3, and a catch. 1, 2, 3, and a catch.
Quick slant in, Jerry Rice, end zone, touchdown, 49ers!
At the ripe age of 33, Young has found his place in the sun. But it wasn't always clear skies. He spent 2 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, another 4 backing up Montana. After weathering these storms, it is now his time to shine.
I guess if you look back, you wished it would have happened a couple of years faster. I mean, everyone who apprentices in that way probably always feel like they apprenticed too long. And I definitely feel that way, but yet that was the situation that I was in, and that's what's worked out. So to me, it's like, it was fine. I mean, if it took me here, and this is the place I'm at, I'm the happiest guy in the world. I'm having a great time.
Steve Young, All-Pro, and 1994's most valuable player.
When you call collect, you're asking a favor. You're spending their dough. Hey, it's your family, your friends. So do them a favor and make sure they pay less. How? Know the code. 1-800-CALL-ATT. You'll always get AT&T, and it always costs less than 1-800-COLLECT. Dial it every time you make a collect call. After all, it's how you'd want them to call you.
Want a price that's always lower than 1-800-COLLECT? Know the code. Dial 1-800-CALLATT.
Your true voice. Nutrageous from Reese.
These pockets of ill will are the only places where animosity remains politically correct. It may even be unclear what matters most. Your team's victory or the other team's defeat. These rivalries, they may be nasty. These rivalries, they may be wrathful. These rivalries, they are not pretty. But my, oh my, they are fun.
One linebacker whose career certainly hasn't lingered in the shadows is the Chargers' Junior Seau. The always enthusiastic and focused core of San Diego's AFC leading run defense has enjoyed yet another fine season. Whether flooding gaps or patrolling the open field, the explosive Seau is a force to be reckoned with. His speed and quickness again meant bad news for coaches who watched helplessly as Seau wreaked havoc on their offensive schemes with his big play ability. An ability that also won games.
Wants to throw, steps up to throw, pump fakes, looks, intercepted! It's intercepted by San Diego! Yes, they get the ball! Junior Seau!
Seau's antics and contagious enthusiasm helped the Chargers win the AFC West title. And while number 55 represents the force of a West Coast earthquake, the East Coast is represented by the relentlessness of a Pittsburgh blizzard, named Greg Lloyd.
All day, all day, all day. Let's have some fun with this. All day.
Throughout the NFL, there is no player that is more focused on the field. Lloyd sets out on a simple mission every week, to devastate the opposition, a job he handles with ruthless efficiency.
Don't run that over here. What the wrong with you?
The catalyst and team MVP of the Steelers, Lloyd ransacked the opposition's backfield, either making one of his 10 sacks for contributing to Pittsburgh's league-best +14 turnover ratio. To the opposition and teammates alike, Lloyd is never one to be at a loss for words.
I want you to run one across the middle, 88. I'm going to shut that mouth up. X-track! X-tight! Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Everything they got, we gave it to them. That's horse. You gonna play like that, don't bother come back out here.
But there was one teammate who never felt Lloyd's wrath. For if Lloyd couldn't get all the way to the quarterback, then fellow All-Pro linebacker Kevin Green was right there to finish the job. Together with Lloyd, Green helped forge a new steel curtain defense that was tops overall in the conference and brought the AFC title back to Pittsburgh. Equally as intense as his teammate, Green has a slightly different off-field demeanor.
No problems, huh? No problem. Where's the bell? I try not to cuss so much, so you don't have to beep it out all the time. Okay. You guys are great.
But on the field, he's all business.
What's the pass? Rock and roll. That's Steven Dieter. That's Steven Dieter.
A crowd favorite in Blitzburg, Green constantly pounded opposing quarterbacks into the ground, and his 14 sacks led the entire NFL. It's no wonder then that the most common view quarterbacks had of Green was while on their backs, and trying to contain number 91 with a single blocker often led to devastating results. The sack-happy and always effervescent Kevin Green rounds out the 1994 All-Pro core of linebackers.
They are doers and dreamers, builders and leaders. They are the people who make this world grow. And though we take them to over 200 business centers, though we fly over 500,000 business travelers a week, we remain committed to serving each and every one at a time.
We're at the Chrysler test track along with off-duty police officer Kirk Harris to test drive.
The success of the Patriots' number 87 has been overshadowed by the emergence of Drew Bledsoe as New England's conquering hero. But Ben Coates has proved to be a knight in shining armor as well.
Ben Coates open, 40, 35, 30, breaks the tackle, 15, 10, 5, yes, touchdown, Ben Coates. The Lions 7 back to throw, Bledsoe looking, a bullet, touchdown to Ben Coates. Bledsoe calling signals, drops straight back, here's the rush, fires it to the corner of the end zone, touchdown, a marvelous catch.
Coates finished 1994 as the top pass catcher in the AFC, and his 96 receptions set a new NFL single-season record for tight ends. He extended his consecutive game receiving streak to 33, and while not every grab was in textbook style, close to 1,200 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns spoke volumes about Coates' abilities. Without number 87, it's doubtful the Patriots could have come so far so fast, finishing 1994 with the highest-rated passing offense in the league and earning a trip to the playoffs for the first time since 1986. While Coates led the AFC in catches, the Raiders' Tim Brown led the conference in receiving yards for the second straight year with 1,309. Number 81 also totaled 89 catches and 9 touchdowns. But while Brown used every opportunity to make big plays, he usually never saw them coming.
Matter of fact, the less I see the ball, the better off I am. And that may sound crazy, but sometimes the more I sit here and just wait for a ball, you know, I just get, you know, jittery or whatever. So sometimes I like to push my man. If I got a 15-yard route, I'll go 18. That way I know the ball will be thrown, and I turn around, the ball's right there. I can just pluck it.
Fires, Brown's there. Touchdown Raiders! Incredible!
Worth more than gold to the silver and black, Brown topped 100 yards receiving 4 times in 1994, including 136 yards in Denver, where a 43-yard score was a tribute not only to his physical abilities, but his mindset as well.
The most important thing to me is to be mentally prepared, because I feel if I can mentally prepare myself for the game, then I'm going to go out and play with a lot of intensity. There's no time for joking or playing around for me. I take it very serious, because over the next 4 hours, nothing is going to be more important to me.
Denver back to throw with time. Goes deep down the right side. Has Brown wide open to the 50. Breaks the tackle to the 40 to the 30. He'll take it the distance, and the Raiders are all even. Back to throw. Looks, fires. Middle of the end zone. His man's there. Touchdown, Tim Brown.
Brown's selection as an all-pro receiver should not be surprising, and neither should the man's whose hands could be registered as lethal weapons, Cris Carter. Few players in the game can wreak more havoc with a leap and a reach or a grab across the goal line.
He is the most acrobatic receiver in the game. I think his one-handed catch, 2 feet inbounds, corner of the end zone, as reminiscence of the great guys, Litnikoff and Ray Berry and Paul Warfield, all those great guys that were so acrobatic in making an unbelievably difficult catch. And I think he can do that on a consistent basis simply because he considers himself to be a basketball player on the football field. I call him our small forward. Get him the ball wherever he's at.
Here goes Moon, back to throw, looking pressure now. Throws it, it is tipped and caught for a touchdown. What a catch by Cris Carter. Oh, man. Oh.
Carter made catching the ball look easy in 1994, and the Vikings prospered from his sleight of hand. Number 80 scored 3 times against Miami in Week 4, and twice against the Bears in a crucial NFC Central matchup.
Has the snap and back to throw. Fade route caught by Carter. Touchdown, Vikings. Cris Carter.
Carter totaled 9 catches for 124 yards, and with the game tied in overtime, Warren Moon's favorite target brought home the winning score.
Cocks his arm and fires. It caught by Cris Carter. Sideline 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Vikings win. Vikings win. 65-yard touchdown pass.
Carter finished 1994 with 122 receptions, a new NFL record, surpassing the previous mark of 112.
Off center, drops the throw, fires over the middle, and it's caught.
There it is.
Cris Carter has the record. Cris Carter of the Vikings has set the new NFL single season.
While Carter earned his spot in NFL annals at the end of the season, Jerry Rice rewrote NFL history the very first week. After scoring early against the Raiders, number 80 needed just one more trip across the goal line to tie Jim Brown's all-time career touchdown mark. And he did so in fitting tribute to the ex-Cleveland running back on the ground.
5 into the 20, into the 15, into the 10, he's into the end zone. Jerry Rice has caught Jim Brown. The greatest touchdown runner in history has been matched by the greatest touchdown receiver in history.
Rice finished what he started that night. A new NFL king was crowned.
And Rice is there, and he's into the end zone. He's done it! Jerry Rice, in the 75-year history of the National Football League, is the touchdown scorer of the century. Incredible.
Off to an unforgettable start, Rice never slowed down, leading the league in receiving yards with 1,499. His 112 catches and 13 touchdowns were par for the course for the already legendary pass catcher who has turned receiving into an art form. The virtuoso is, however, never quite finished with his masterpiece.
It's almost like he'll be in the middle of catching the football and he'll say to himself,
I don't really feel like doing the technical right way here. I'm going to just throw my arm up and try to just see if I can do it with one finger, you know? It's almost like he'll think about that and he'll make some great catch. And when he really could have done it in different ways, but he'll just kind of improvise on some new technique he's working on, you know? He's just, you know, you never know.
Whenever the ball is up in the air, I believe the ball belongs to me. And that's the attitude that you have to have. Steve Young and I, we talk about this all the time. You know, he's going to put the ball up, and it's up to me to come down with it.
Back to throw is Young, and he sends it way down the left sideline for Rice. There's one-on-one coverage. Jerry makes the catch, breaks the tackle. He gets by. Brown into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Great catch because Brown got flat-footed and tried to wait for the ball and had no momentum left as he did not time his leap as well as Jerry did. Rice gets the ball, goes to the end zone.
Rice continues to amaze, to confound, and to delight those who play with him and those that play against him, and especially those that wish they could, for one moment, come just as close to perfection.
Young to throw, quick slanted, Jerry Rice, end zone, touchdown, 49ers!
Jerry Rice, nothing less than an all-time All-Pro.
Just a few closing thoughts. Of the 26 players on the All-Pro team, all but 5 played for teams that made the playoffs. Dallas and San Francisco tied for the most members with 4 each. And the 49ers also boasted the youngest player, Dana Stubblefield. Detroit's Mel Gray, he's the oldest member. He's 33. But regardless of age or experience, every member of this team shares a common bond. Their spirit, determination, and talent make them the greatest football players in the world. I'm Steve Sabol. Thanks for watching.